It's a new month, so it's a good time to add to your reading list local authors Liz Fenton and Lisa Stanky. Did I say that right? Stanky?
Got it.
Stanky,
Yeah, you
got
said
it.
it right.
Joins us again with our March book club picks. Good morning to both of you.
Hi. Morning.
Okay, for the very first time in my life, I have joined a book club. So I know, I was waiting for your reaction, so I will wait until all of these books to tell you what we're reading and get your reaction on that. I cannot wait to tell you all about that. But let's talk about what's on your list. How's it going? How are the reads going?
Great. Yeah, I'm up first with Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. This is one of my favorite books that I've read in a long time. It's so sweet. It is about two women who go to the same gym, and while they're there, they switch bags. And when they go to get dressed, one of them realizes, this is not my bag, these are not my shoes, and they're Louboutins though. And she's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to put these on. She has really important business meetings that day, and she goes and she's wearing these shoes, and she just feels like a rock star. She closes all her deals. She's like, this is amazing. And so she kind of just keeps wearing them. And the other woman is like, where are my shoes? Those are like my favorite shoes. And so she finds out from her husband that same day that he's divorcing her. They have a lot of money. He will not let her in to get any of her things.
Oh my
and
gosh.
he tells her, where are those shoes? She's like, I don't know. I someone at the gym. And he said, if you track down those shoes, then we'll talk about a settlement. But I'm divorcing you if you can't find, either way I'm divorcing you, but if you want money, you've got to find the shoes.
Oh my gosh.
So she goes on a search for the shoes, and I can't say anything more about it, but it is a really sweet story also about friendship and female connection.
I love that. Okay, that book's already on my list. I'm putting it up there. Let's do the emoji. So this is the first time I'm playing this game with you guys.
Okay. Yeah.
So tell me about your emojis that you've picked.
Okay, well the first one is shoes, because
of course.
And then I did like, because strength, like when she wears these shoes, they just make her feel like a completely different person in a good way. And then the detective, because she's got to track down the shoes.
That makes a really good book. I love that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This one is, I have to tell you, it's a fan favorite. I just finished this book and absolutely loved it.
It's such a great book, and it's by a local San Diego author, which we love to showcase here. And it's about two 16-year-old twins who live in a small village outside of Mumbai. And their mom gets unexpectedly sick, and it puts a big financial strain on the family, and the dad bails. So now they're with their grandparents. Their grandparents are arranging marriage with these like totally old guys. I think I mentioned the twins are 16, so inappropriate marriage setting up. So the girls come up with a plan to take off. So they take off, they end up trusting the wrong people, going on this journey. They end up in the red light district with this woman who does not have the best intentions, and they get split up. And so they're split up. They're trying to find their way back to each other. And it's just a really beautifully written book, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, Puja Shah. So she's also a local author, wrote For My Sister. And I think too, it just adds a little bit of color with the Indian culture as well. So you're learning so much about another culture and some problems that could arise in that area as well. So I don't know, it gave me a little bit of history and knowledge as well. So I just thought it was a really beautiful one. What emojis did you choose?
Okay, so the first one, so when you put twins in on your emoji search, I know these girls aren't appropriate for like the levity of the book, but they're representing that the girls are twins. The shadow to me is representing that they didn't really realize like the shadowy underground, like all those things that they would come into contact with and those people. And then the woman running is them running from their life, running from this arranged marriage that they don't want to be a part of.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful book. I highly recommend that one. I don't know how I'm going to be able to choose my favorite.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next one. This is Stone Cold Fox.
So this was our buddy read. We loved this book. So if you are in a reading slump, I highly recommend Stone Cold Fox. And the reason is it just kind of jumps at you with like this really strong narrative about a woman named Bee. So she grew up, her mom was this total con woman. So that's how she grew up, moving around. Her mom was always conning men. So she is actually a pretty deceitful person, but she wants to settle down. Like her mom was always moving and she wants to have this life, but she also wants to have money. So she is engaged to this guy, super old money, Okay, so she thinks like she's made it. So then she gets introduced to his best friend, this woman named Gail. And this woman named Gail's also old money, and she is not having it. So it kind of becomes this cat and mouse game between Bee and Gail that is so delicious and wonderful. And I read this in about 4 hours.
I read it really fast too, and I'm a slow reader.
Okay.
Like, you can't get through this book fast enough.
All right.
To find out how it ends.
It's also in development for a TV series. So the author was a TV writer, and then she decided to write a novel, and now it's in development. So
that sounds good. Tell me your emojis for the book.
So the first is because the book just takes off like a firecracker. The second is the eyes, and that's kind of imagine like Gail and Bee with each other, like the eyes, and then the little lovey eyes at the end is. The ending is so satisfying, and I'm not going to give anything away, but it's satisfying.
Yes. I feel like all three of these books have really great character stories and character lines that kind of build up. So that always helps you get right into a book.
Yep.
I will tell you the one that I'm reading for book club. It takes a little bit of time. Court of Thorn and Roses. I haven't read science fiction in a really long time, and getting into this, there's like a lot of Beauty and the Beast vibes, and I'm kind of into it, but I'm also like, I don't know, it bothers me to not understand what something looks like. In science fiction, you really have to use your imagination. So it took me a while to get into it. I'm about halfway, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna figure it out, and maybe I'll move on because it's a series. But when I see the books that are thicker than that one right there, and two little ones at home, I get a little scared.
Sometimes I like to read a genre like that kind of challenges me, though. It can be really fun. So.
Ladies, thank you so much. I'm going to choose that one. I'm going for Someone Else's Shoes, only because I've already read For My Sister. I love it. I recommend it to everyone. So I'm going to go with that one. I love a good pair of shoes.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
We have a look at all of these books on our Fox 5 website as well. You know the deal. Go to fox5sandiego.com, click on the Scene On tab. Ladies, it's always good to have you in here. Hopefully we'll see you again next month.
Yes,
sounds good. All right, the Fox 5 Morning News. We will be right back.